What's up, Urban Acolyte Army? My name is Prince and I'm an Urban Acolyte. In this video, I want to revisit the rumors regarding the Obi-Wan Kenobi standalone film that I talked about in a video last week. And I want to tell you guys why I think that rumor from TMZ just might be true. But before I get to the Obi-Wan stuff, I just want to say that if you're new here, I call this geek culture with a purpose. When I was a kid, I wanted to grow up to be Bruce Leroy and Luke Skywalker. So I talk about Star Wars, superhero movies, and martial arts stuff because I want to show you how we can apply the lessons that our favorite heroes learned to our own training as we look to become the heroes of our own stories. So if that sounds cool to you, click that subscribe button and join the Urban Acolyte Army. All right, so let's get back to what I was saying about this Obi-Wan Kenobi standalone film. If you didn't see that video, I highly recommend you go back and check it out. But in it, I talked about an article that was released over on TMZ's website. The article was titled Star Wars Standalone Obi-Wan Movie Near Immediate New Hope Prequel. And what they said was that there was a production bulletin that was obtained by the folks there at TMZ. And in the article, I'm reading directly from it. It says Disney's next foray into their spin-off series appears to be called Obi-Wan, A Star Wars Story, with a working title of Joshua Tree. Return of the Jedi also used a code name. It was Blue Harvest. The synopsis reads as follows. Obi-Wan is on Tatooine being an elusive hermit and stuff, but secretly watches over an infant Luke Skywalker, whom he delivered to his uncle Owen. Tensions between the local farmers and a tribe of sand people, headed by a ruthless war chief, eventually bring Obi out of hiding and into Jedi kick-ass mode, right? Of course, it was reported back in August of 2017 that Stephen Daldry, the director, has been rumored to be in talks with the studio. And then I did another video on an article that said Obi-Wan Kenobi the movie would be going into production at Pinewood Studios after episode 9 wraps up. Now, the reason that I think this stuff is true, as the article mentioned, Return of the Jedi had a code name of Blue Harvest. Code names for Star Wars films is not a new thing. It's actually pretty common. There were no code names for A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, but The Phantom Menace had a working title of The Beginning. Attack of the Clones' working title was Jar Jar's Big Adventure or Jar Jar's Great Adventure. And then episode 7, The Force Awakens, had a working title of Foodles. And then episode 8 was Blue Space Bear. And then, of course, our most recent Star Wars film that is in theaters right now, Solo, A Star Wars Story, the working title was Red Cup, for, a red Solo cup. This Obi-Wan Kenobi movie has the working title, according to TMZ, of Joshua Tree. And I looked into that. I got bored Sunday afternoon and started peeking around on Google, ended up on Wikipedia, where I looked at the locations for A New Hope, because A New Hope had scenes. It started out in Tatooine. They left Tatooine. And I found out that some of the filming locations weren't just in Tunisia overseas. There were additional shots that were also shot here in the U.S. in Death Valley National Park that were actually used in A New Hope, right? Where the Tusken Raiders attacked Luke Skywalker, that was shot in Death Valley National Park, which leads me to believe that where Obi-Wan Kenobi lived, because we get it in from a certain point of view that Obi-Wan was speaking with Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon can now materialize a body as a Force ghost. He was speaking with him just before he went out to find Luke. Now, I jumped to the locations because I Googled Joshua Tree, and it turns out that there's actually a Joshua Tree National Park. So from the Wikipedia page, Joshua Tree National Park is located in southeastern California. It was declared a national park in 1994. There are all kinds of rock formations. You know what? I've actually driven through this area. It's in San Bernardino County, California. The closest city is Yucca Valley in San Bernardino County. There is literally, ooh man, it's nothing out there. If from the areas that I drove through, matter of fact, if you follow me on Twitter and you see the pinned tweet where I'm doing Tai Chi and there's the mountains and everything, I'm in San Bernardino County, California. So if you were to go east from there, there's literally nothing but desert. I'm talking past Palm Springs, like the area between Palm Springs and Arizona. There's nothing out there. It's hot. There's rocks everywhere. And that would make I would buy that as part of Tatooine, that rocky area, the Death Valley area where Obi-Wan is supposed to be residing. So, you know, that's not to say that they won't go back to Tanisha. They won't go anywhere else to recapture the feeling of Tatooine and A New Hope. But just the fact that this is Joshua Tree, this location is a desert, and they might start out filming somewhere in California as far as getting initial shots or something, like doing all the setup stuff with maybe Ewan McGregor's stunt double. You know, let's see how we can test this thing out. We're right here, California, not far from Lucasfilm. The production, the artists and concept people can all shoot down, you know, south of them. I don't know, guys, but I'm kind of buying it. But that's I don't know. I don't even know what to say right now, because I'm actually pretty hyped up for an Obi-Wan movie. I could use some lightsaber action, some Force stuff, delving into the mysteries of the Force and Obi-Wan's training, and possibly bringing back Liam Neeson as a disembodied Qui-Gon Jinn. I don't know. We could get into some magic and mysticism and stuff, and bring that to the live screen, and have Dave Filoni involved in showing us some more weird stuff that'll go on with the Force. I don't know. I'm geeking out about this. I'll be honest, it's a movie that I see it doing like what Solo's doing right now. It's not going to appeal to the wider audience, Star Wars fans who aren't digesting and consuming everything on YouTube. Believe it or not, there are people who consider themselves hardcore fans, and they don't digest everything related to Star Wars like a lot of us might be doing, right? It's just a reality. It's something I've learned from meeting people in the real world, carbon-based people who have all these questions that they want to ask me about Star Wars, because they're not reading the reference guides and watching YouTube videos and watching Rebels and the Clone Wars and reading the comic books and the novels and everything else. But for those of us who do have this interest, we followed Obi-Wan Kenobi's story in all forms of media. I think, and people who are interested in the Force and loved what they did with diving into the greater mysteries of the Force in The Last Jedi, I think it might be something awesome. So right now I'm buying this rumor, and we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But I'd like to hear from you, because I've had enough to say on this. So what do you guys think about this? Are you buying this Obi-Wan Kenobi movie now, looking at the fact that the production name seems to be Joshua Tree, which is tied to a desert, which could sell us on it being a part of Tatooine? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and I'll be checking back to see what you all have to say. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead, click that subscribe button, and take your first steps towards becoming an urban acolyte. Embark on the journey of becoming the hero of your own story, and become a force for change in your community. Continue to support the channel. You can do that by checking out more videos and sharing these videos with your friends. Anyway, that's all I got for this one. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Y'all keep on breathing, and may the force of others be with you always.